Okay, today we're going to be taking a look at expanding double brackets. In one of our last videos, we actually had a look at expanding single brackets. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description and also a card in the top right corner if you want to check that video out. Okay, so to expand double brackets, all we have to do is multiply everything in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So for the example I've given here, we're going to have x plus 3 and then we've got x plus 4. So what we'd have to do, we'd have to multiply this x in the first bracket by everything in the second bracket. So I'd have to do x multiplied by the x, and then I'd have to do x multiplied by the 4. And then I'd have to move over to the 3, so I'd have 3 multiplied by x, and then 3 multiplied by 4. You may have heard this referred to as the crab claw method or the FOIL method. Okay, so let's give this a go again. So we'd have x multiplied by x, which gives us x squared. We then have x multiplied by 4, which is 4x. Then moving on to the 3, we'd have 3 multiplied by x, which is 3x. And then we'd have 3 multiplied by 4, which is 12. So that's the expand part of the question done. Now to simplify. You can see we've got terms of x squared, we've got terms of x, and then we've got our constant term of 12 at the end. So the terms we can combine are our terms of x. So simplify, this would just simply be x squared. We then do 4x, add 3x, which is 7x. So plus 7x. And then at the end, we'd have plus 12. And that's the answer to that question. Okay, I've got some more examples for us to try now. Feel free to pause the video here and have a go at these, and then we'll go through them in just a second. Okay, for our first question, we'd have x multiplied by x, which is x squared. We then have x multiplied by 3, which is 3x. We then do 7 multiplied by x, which is 7x. And then we do 7 multiplied by 3, which is 21. So again, we can combine those terms of x in the middle, so we'd finish off with x squared, 3x plus 7x is 10x, so plus 10x. And then at the end again, we'd have plus 21. Okay, for this next question, we'd have x multiplied by x, which is x squared. We then have x multiplied by 11, which is 11x. We then have 4 times x, which is 4x. And then we'd have 4 times 11, which is 44. Again, combining the terms of x, we'd have x squared. We'd do 11x plus the 4x, which is 15x, so plus 15x. And then right at the end, we'd have our plus 44. Okay, moving on to the next one, we'd have x multiplied by x, which is x squared. We'd have x multiplied by negative 3 this time, so negative 3x. We then have 5 times x, which is 5x. And then we'd have 5 multiplied by negative 3, which gives us negative 15, so minus 15 there. Okay, combining those terms of x, we'd have x squared. For our terms of x, we'd have negative 3 plus 5, which is actually positive 2, so plus 2 lots of x. And then subtract 15. Okay, and for the next question, we'd have x multiplied by x again, which is x squared. We'd have then x multiplied by 3, which gives us 3x. We then have negative 8 multiplied by x, which is negative 8x. And then finally, we'd have negative 8 multiplied by 3, which is negative 24. So combining those terms, we'd have x squared. Our terms of x, we've now got 3x. Take away 8x. So 3 take away 8 is negative 5, so we'd have minus 5 lots of x minus 24. So well done if you got all them right, and we'll move on to our next one. Okay, now we're going to move on to some trickier questions where we actually have some coefficients in front of our x. So for this first question, we do 2x multiplied by x, which is actually 2x squared. We then have 2x multiplied by 6. Well, 2 times 6 is 12, so we'd have plus 12x, because we still have that term of x. Then moving on to our 4 in the left-hand bracket, we'd do 4 multiplied by x, which is plus 4x. And then moving on to our constant terms, we have 4 multiplied by 6, which is positive 24, so we'd have plus 24 at the end. Okay, so just like before, we've now got to simplify. We've got to collect our like terms, and we've got like terms of x again. So we've still got our 2x squared. We've still got our positive 24 at the end, but now we've got our terms of x in the middle again. So we've got positive 12. We're going to add another 4. So we've got positive, well, plus 16 lots of x. Okay, we're going to move on to our last lot of questions now. So again, feel free to pause the video at this point and have a go at these, and we'll go through the answers in just a few seconds. Okay, so for this first question, we have 3x multiplied by x, which is 3x squared. We then have 3x multiplied by negative 2, which is negative 6x. We have 4 times x, which is just 4x. So plus 4x, and then we have 4 times negative 2, which is negative 8. So collecting the like terms, we have 3x squared. We have negative 6x plus 4x, which is negative 2x, so I'd have minus 2x, and then just minus the remaining 8. Okay, for this next question, we've got to begin with 4x times 2x. Well, 4 times 2 is 8. X times x is x squared, so I'd have 8x squared. I've then got 4x times negative 7. Well, I've got a positive times a negative, which is a negative, and then I've got 4x times by 7. Well, we know 7 times 4 is 28, so it's going to be negative 28 lots of x. Now moving on to the 5, we've got 5 times 2x. So 5 times 2 is 10, so we're going to have 10x. And then at the end, we're going to have positive 5 times negative 7, which is negative 35. Okay, so now it's just collecting the like terms again. So we have 8x squared. We have negative 28 plus 10. That's going to give us negative 18. So we'd have minus 18 lots of x. And then again at the end, we'd have minus 35. Okay, moving on to our last questions for today. We've actually got, for our first one, we've got x plus 5 all squared. Well, initially, this doesn't look like a double bracket, but it actually is. We know that in the process of squaring is to multiply something by itself. So if I have x plus 5 all squared, that means I'm going to take that x plus 5, and I'm going to multiply it by x plus 5 again. So this is where the double bracket comes back in. So again, we approach this in exactly the same way that we've done all the other questions. So to begin with, we do x multiplied by x, which is x squared. We then do x multiplied by 5, which is 5x. Okay, then moving over to the 5, we'd have 5 times x again, so another 5x. And then we'd have 5 times 5, which is 25. So collecting the like terms, we have x squared. We have 5x plus 5x, which is 10x, so plus 10x, and then again at the end we have our plus 25. Okay, we're going to approach the last final question in exactly the same way. So we've got 2x minus 4 all squared. So again, what does that mean? It means we've got 2x minus 4, and we're going to multiply that again by 2x minus 4. Okay, so let's multiply these terms. We have 2x multiplied by 2x, which is 4x squared. We have then 2x multiplied by negative 4, which is negative 8 lots of x. We've then got, again, moving over to the negative 4. This time we've got negative 4 times 2x, which gives us the same thing again, another negative 8x. But then finally we've got negative 4 times negative 4, which is positive 16. So to round it all up and simplify it, we have 4x squared, then we've got negative 8x, take away another 8x, which is negative 16x, so we've got minus 16x, and then at the end we've got our plus 16. Okay, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions at all, please leave them in the comments, and if there's any specific areas you'd like me to go over next, please just let me know. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.